Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And here we go. We'll start off with the OMI. And OMI is up about 0.1% today, so it's really nothing to write home about. It's at 000706, 700,000 in volume. Like I said, really nothing crazy going on. If we go over to the rest of crypto, we take a look at Bitcoin up 0.5%, BNB up 0.5%, Ethereum down 0.1. So again, all of these are really negligible. Nothing really over 1% except for Avalanche, which is down 1.7. But again, so it's kind of a nothing day for the market. It's likely going to stay that way for the next couple days just because holidays, New Year's. I would say that when you take a look at the ETF approvals, what happens? We go up or we go down? I don't know. There's a buddy of mine's like, hey, 100 grand, what do I do? I was like, do you want to have a bunch of these taxable events happening where you, buy and then you flip and you constantly have all these taxable events coming that, the bill's gonna come due for that at some point. But if you're into something long term, I was like, listen, and again, this is my advice to a friend, like, if you want to be safe about it, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, and that's it. Look at it in a year from now, and it'll probably be better. But I was talking to another buddy of mine that had a little bit of OMI, and he purchased, I think, another 8 million this weekend, so he's getting up there. There's been a lot of whales that, especially ever since as people started finding out about Coinbase Wallet, it's a lot easier and not as stressful as going and buying through Bitforex. Speaking of stressful, I don't know about anyone else, but I cannot transfer OMI from my on the app, and I cannot transfer it to anyone else. I've tried to do it a couple of times the last few days with a couple of different people. I just haven't been able to do it. I've tried on the web app as well, that web version, and it also doesn't let me do it. For the app, it just gives me like this little glitch where when I go to send it, it won't let me type in the confirmation numbers. When I try to do it on the web version on the phone, on the desktop version, it just doesn't even let me type in the other user's email address that they use. So if anyone else is able to do it or has any ideas, comment down below. I need to know them. All right, a bunch of Veve news to go over, but first, I think my price prediction by the end of this year of 2023, I think was like 0.003. That's what mine was. Clearly, I am way off with that. We're at 0007. I have a couple of buddy of mine's price predictions. I was like, hey, what's your price predictions for the next, April 1st, September 1st, etc. I was like, okay, let me do that. So I'll read that for you guys now real quick. So April 1st, after some rollout of the Veveverse, after an announcement that not only we are able to get more MCP points and bronze tickets, but being able to use those bronze tickets, probably by April 1st, I said that 0.002. By September 1st, I do think we quadruple from there and we go to 0.008. And then by Christmas, I think about 1.5 cents. Again, this is just my opinion. This is just a little fun thing me and my friends are doing. Dr. Stuff and Crypto Rain both had much higher predictions for 2024. So I'm very happy to be wrong and very happy if they're going to be right. Anyway, we have an announcement. We have Night Rain, Key, Shinobi, and Nimbus that have won this round's sweepstakes over on the Discord. So go and contact Eagle Eyes for that. Moving on here. We have MicroStrategy planning to acquire 5% of all Bitcoin in massive power play, claims Matt Kaiser from Coinpedia FinTech News. That would be heckin' wild if he did that. From NFT Update, Argentina is proposing to pass a bill which will legalize crypto holdings by offering a flat tax on assets declared. If declared by the end of March 2024, the tax rate will be 5%. From April to June, it'll be 10%, and from July through September of 24, it will be 15%. So again, a lot of companies really going in and saying, hey, like, this is coming, the big boat is coming, and you're either going to get in and make some money, or you're going to miss out very badly. You do have another, I think, 5 days to do that Coca-Cola photo thing. You have to go and take a picture of a Coca-Cola vending machine next to another vending machine. They did not specify that it had to be a Coca-Cola vending machine. You had to go and take that picture next to, they just said a vending machine. Like if you put your Coke vending machine that we just got, that Coke collectible, next to a vending machine, you can enter the contest. They did not specify that it had to be Coca-Cola brand. To be safe, I would do that anyway. I don't know. I cannot tell you the last time I even saw a vending machine. So I don't know how many people are going to be able to participate in this. And again, there's not going to be a ton of people being able to do that as well, just because there's not like tens of thousands of these. There's like, I think 5,000 throughout like all of them. Like the secret rare is like 200 something mints. And speaking of mints, we have a buddy of mine that went pretty wild today, got the number 100 uncommon and got the number 90 rare, the Coca-Cola vending machines. And then the Mad Lad went and got a number 42 ultra rare and a number 43 secret rare. And I was like, okay, this is wild. Why Coke? And he kind of just went off and said, listen, Disney and Coca-Cola, people are going to get, especially as we onboard a lot of Asia, those brands are going to be indisputable. They are worldwide, well over 100 years old. Like, okay, that makes sense. He did a couple of other things, but I did want to kind of bring this up. Speaking of Asia, David had, he didn't tease, like he straight up posted it on his Instagram, I think back in the summer. Hey, we have Alibaba. And a lot of fudders, a lot of people that just, are jealous of the project or whatever. They'll go and say, oh, I bet you, we're just using it for their AWS services, which would be like, I don't know, like $100,000, like for like the year or whatever. If we're going to sign a big deal with Alibaba, I will bet my entire OMI stack that it's going to be a lot more than that. That it's going to be some type of, hey, here's how we can take Asian citizens and onboard them to the app via fiat and crypto. I do not believe they have this giant memorandum, this giant signing just for AWS services. I don't believe that at all. So Veve has yet to go and make this public. This is just coming from David's Instagram that we know this is happening. When Veve goes and they say, hey, we have this big deal with Alibaba, which is, again, the Amazon of the East, that's going to help a lot. Like, you can't really do anything, especially with the Chinese government, unless you have this insanely big, like, again, Tesla, the government had to like bend over backwards, bending a couple rules so Tesla could go there. You cannot do business in China unless you're in with the government. Alibaba is in very big with the government, so that's kind of our way. I mean, it wasn't this time last year that there were no NFT apps allowed really in China. They had to go and pass a bill to sign something into law. Yeah, I just had to look it up. China was set to launch their first regulated NFT platform on January 1st, 2023. So this time last year, didn't have it. Also, my boys said, like, hey, I have an extra couple hundred gems after my Coke run, Coca-Cola fiasco. What should I buy? And I took a look. I really think Disney first appearances in general, whether it's Moana, Simba, Olaf, Elsa, you have the Elsa Golden Moments, that's the first appearance, but you have another one that really looks like her, like super looks like her in the Frozen drop that we have. A bunch of those things that we got for like the pencils, like the animation desk, like you have Anna in there, you have Olaf, you have Rafiki, you have Scar. I think those are absolutely beautiful, and those are definitely something that I think is going to be really, really big in the future. So I have a full Frozen set, and I have a full Lion King set. I don't have the full Aladdin set. I do have the number 45 Genie, so that's pretty special. But I told him, like, listen, I happen to know that the number 41 Simba was bought for thousands of dollars. And I was like, you should probably get the number 45 Scar. And the number 45 Scar was like $250. So we bought that right away. There's a number 42 Scar out there, I think, for $325. And that's not bad either. I was thinking about picking that up. But I already have a Scar. It's not a sub 100, but those sub 100s, like those in general, those particular mints are going to look silly. Those mints are going to look very, very scarce in the coming years. And I was just watching a video before about how when you have, what's that called? When things enter public domain. We have Winnie the Pooh that entered public domain like 2 years ago. And then this year, we got Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. And that was great. I love that. Creativity is wow. Saw your face and wow. Sorry, comment down below if you get that reference. I'll give you $1. There is they have that with Steamboat Willie in literally like 2 days from now. Literally, what time is it? 8:23. So 24 plus 27 and a half hours from now, people will be able to use Steamboat Willie in public domain for anything. I do think you see a big resurgence of like Steamboat. I mean, how many people actually have watched that cartoon in like the last 20 years? Unless you have kids, maybe sometimes that cartoon comes on like Disney Channel or something. I don't know. I do feel like that's really going to help some of our collectibles though, because that's not the only thing that goes into the public domain. There's a bunch of other stuff that's going to do that as well, especially over the next couple of years. You have stuff like that, like Batman, you have Superman, you have a bunch of stuff that's going in that public domain, and suddenly you have not just corporate studios that are making content. Suddenly you have everyone that's able to go and put those creative juices to work, and they're going to make content with that. Oh, hey, I can actually get Steamboat Willie that was made from the company as a digital collectible. I could put in my art. I could put in wherever. I think that's something that'll actually really help us. Now, I could be wrong. Comment down below if you think I am, but I think I'm right. But speaking of some of these epic mints, we have Mr. Squibs saying, Mr. Squibs, my latest target, welcoming the 007, making a killer combo parked next to the 006. And he happens to be talking about the Aston Martin, where there's one of 7. He has 2 of the 7 possible that you could get. I think that was like $12,500. It was a lot. So again, you have these people spending 5 figures on these super scarce and super amazing items. You have 5 figures for that. You have well into the 5 figures for the 1923 partner statue. That's a double first appearance. Things that are really good are really, really good. Things that's the type of thing. If Veve were to market, if Veve were to go and be like, oh, hey, here's a 5-figure deal. And again, I'm sure Veve right now doesn't want to market because of XYZ. They want to have other stuff rolled out. But if they ever go and say like, all right, we're ready to roll out marketing, I would 100% go to any single writer from any single newspaper that had ever covered James Bond, whether it was the movie, whether it's video games, memorabilia, sales, at auction. I'd be like, hey, this just sold for 5 figures. And I would email them and have an article written about it. I would have done the same thing for the partner statue. People, heck, I would just even go to like the YouTubers that go to the Disney parks all the time. Hey guys, how's it going? And they go with their GoPro or they go whatever they have. And I'd be like, hey, this just sold for the $25,000. What do you think about that? And again, any press is good press, even if they think, oh, that's stupid, it's an NFT, or they think maybe there's something to this, or they think, oh my god, that's amazing. See, Disney. They might even care about NFTs, but like, oh, Disney Power and Disney Pride is so huzzah, Star Spangled Great. People are willing to pay $25,000 for a single collectible. When they decide to do marketing, oh my god, it's over. Probably should have put this at the beginning of the video, but you have crypto exchange OKX, which plans to delist tokens involved in more than 20 trading pairs, including XMR, Dash, ZEC, and ZEN. I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure what any of those are. Dash kind of reminds me of Dashi, but it's not that. It's just OKX, for whatever reason, is delisting a couple of those things. Again, not 100% sure why. In other news, we have BlackRock that just dropped its updated S1, and it does name the APs Jane Street and JP Morgan. It's kind of ironic. Looks like we have our first horse that is in the starting gate. Gotta love those Bitcoin trusts. Also, Coinbase says that they have extensively prepared for spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Huzzah to that. We have Mike Cullison over on the Facebook page saying things are moving up, where he shows his Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8, where he had paid $2.78 for that particular, I think that was a common. And then he has the floor price is at $7.49. So even though it's like, okay, it's $5, that's still like a tripling, and you want to go and say like, oh, okay, if you bought 500 of those, hey, you made $1,500. Nice. I feel like the one-of-ones really never get, like outside of like my channel, I feel like most people don't talk about them, but we have Veve going and saying another banger in R. Dowderman's Costumes variant cover series, this time the many looks of Storm from Sword. This is 2020, this is number 8. This one-of-one Marvel artwork is available starting January 1st. It'll go through the 8th. Those always sell for multiple thousands of dollars. Every now and then they sell for 5 figures, but these are one-of-ones. I cannot wait for OMI to go up so I could buy some gem, have OMI to gem, so I could buy some of these amazing things. that's just, some of these things are invaluable. They're just whatever you're going to want to pay for them. And right now we kind of have this really unfair advantage that we're here before anyone else. I mean, even if people, and most of us are looking at this as speculative investing, where a lot of people that are going to come in, they're just going to want it because it's cool, it's fun to have. Like Mark Quinn went over and tagged me in a photo of his Christmas tree. What was on his Christmas tree? It was a Squirtle, a Charmander, and a Bulbasaur, and I think a Pikachu, most likely on there as well. People just have stuff. It's like he didn't buy those for investments. He bought those because they were fun, because they were cute. Why do I have these little guys in here? Because these were gifts, but they're fun and cute. And I just think that's what, when people come and get on this app, yes, a lot of us look at it like it's investing, but some of it's just addicting. Some of it's just fun. Like, do I need 19 sub 100 Cassie Langs from the Ant-Man Marvel Mighty series? No, I don't, but it's fun, and I like it, and it's cool, and I like to be a hoarder, and I might sell some of those someday, but I also don't want to, because that's, I don't know, if I want to have a goal of getting the number 2 spot in the sub 100 Marvel stuff, I would, I don't want to do that. Can't sell those sub 100s. Hoodie Miles Morales is going up though. That's it's up to like 450. So shout out to him for that. And then Steven Duarte got the number 41 Coca-Cola. What is that? The uncommon? Damn, he got the secret rare, the number 41 secret rare. So Steve, shout out to him on that. In other news, we have Grant Cardone, 1 million followers over on the Twitter, saying, if I'm right, 2024 is going to be the greatest real estate correction of all time. Institutions and syndicators will be forced to sell properties or default on their loans. And those of us that are about to be crypto rich, we waiting in the wings. I went to a holiday party and was showing a friend of mine how he would look next to Superman. He really likes it, and I hope he goes, downloads that app. This is this my photo? I don't even know if this is my photo, but you have somebody that has the I Love Veve license plate from Freeport, New York, not too far away from me. This is definitely my photo. Good times. And last but not least, the X-Men are charged with the mission of protecting a world that fears them for their unusual appearances and abilities. Marvel Mighty's X-Men Heroes drops Sunday, January 7th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh god, I cannot wait for these. We have, obviously, first appearance Beast, which we knew of. We have Storm, which we knew of. Not a first appearance, but she's still an Omega level powered mutant. Like, one of the most powerful mutants ever. And then we have first appearance Cyclops. Pew, 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 pew. I cannot... So, we'll address the concerns first. And I'll share one of my concerns. Not really a concern of mine anymore, but two-ish years ago, 2.5 years ago, the first appearance was not given to the awesome statue Captain America that was animated and had sound. It was given to the little chibi Marvel Mighty, and I was like, I don't like that. I want Captain America to have a butt. I want him to go and just be awesome. I want that to be the first appearance. And I harbored those feelings for about a month or two until they came out with Marvel Mighty Series 2 with the Fantastic Four. These are the most prominent characters in like comic book history. This is Marvel's first family. That everyone really relates to them because they fight like a family. They operate like a normal family would. And, outside of having superpowers and being insanely intelligent and attractive and all that other jazz. Anyway, when they got the first appearances, I was like, oh, okay. I see what's happening here. You have David and Dan, master collectors. And then you have Marvel, like, okay, these guys, they're going to know what people want. And clearly, obviously, what people are going to want is, really super amazing statues, which we have for a lot of these. But why would they go and give out these first appearances to these chibi Marvel Mighty characters? This, quandary. I think something is coming. Do I have any proof of that? No. It's just a feeling. But there's no way that David and Dan suggest that unless something's coming. And there's no way that Marvel suggests that, hey, we're going to give all of these, cute cartoony characters the first appearances without David and Dan saying, oh, hold on. That's not a good idea because of X, Y, and Z. And then they say, oh, well, actually, we want to do that because of this. And whatever this is, I'm sure that it's going to be awesome. What is it? I don't know. And again, I could be completely wrong. Maybe they go and they say, yeah, there's nothing special is going to be happening with the Mighties. I mean, I don't know why you have Reverend Alex G and Old Rhubarb say twice in the same video, we must protect the Mighties, unless there's something fun coming. But again, that's just my interpretation of this. To be fair, or to be clear, some people are worried that Wolverine will be a first appearance Mighty. Reverend Alex G had confirmed in Spaces like a month ago that first appearance Wolverine will not be a Mighty. So whatever he's going to be, whether it's a crazy statue or something, I don't know. It's not to say that we won't get a Wolverine Marvel Mighty. I'm sure we will, but the first appearance will... for the other X-Men that's coming, I would think that Professor X is likely going to be one of them. He's, again, one of the most prominent X-Men. And, well, we already have a first appearance that we got at Comic-Con. So I think that, and when we get X-Men Villains in a couple months, we already had first appearance Magneto at Comic-Con. So he'll probably be in there as well. So, like I said, I'm sure we'll get Wolverine as a Mighty, but he'll be somewhere else first beforehand. Also, we are less than a month now until France. David did kind of tease in his interview with Metamona that we're going to have an announcement there. What type of announcement or special guest is going to be there, I don't know, but I'm pretty excited for it, whatever it is. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye to Dashie. I love you guys. Goodbye.